So we're here in Manhattan at the Esports Center for this episode of The Wall. And today's guest is Sir Roger St. Louis from My Little Tech's Learning Labs. Roger, thank you for joining me today.
No problem, no problem.
Now,
Cool.
My Little Tech's Learning Labs is basically working with young scholars to create tomorrow's engineers, electricians, and computer programmers. It's pretty excellent, actually. Tell us a little bit more about what My Little Tech's is about.
My Little Techs is about the experiences, well, fortunately, that I've had in the workplace. I've noticed that all the children out here, they're not getting the real life experience of the workplace. And so I've actually put together certain programs and certain curriculums to give them a taste of how it is to be in the workplace. As an engineer, computer engineer, and even a medical professional, we have certain programs that can relate to that too.
Okay, so your inspiration and your motivation was basically your own real-life experiences.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, seeing me do work for others and not within our community, that got to me towards the middle of my career, and I've seen that, you know, I had to really get back in touch with the community.
Fair enough. So far, how has that been going, Roger?
It's good. A lot of different experiences. I'm actually learning with my child also and teaching him at the same time.
Levi.
Yes, Levi, yes, the #1 inspiration for this. I thought this was going to be about him, mostly me teaching him, but all in all, this program's turned out to be for parents.
It grew.
Yeah, it's for parents, and you know, it teaches also, shows parents that there's an alternative to learning, to even eating also, because we do teach nutrition.
That's what I want to go through with you now. Break it down for me, the various facets of the actual program.
So My Little Tech's Learning Labs has 4 facets, or you could say courses.
Yes.
It's actually going to be etiquette, technology, nutrition, and finance. So we have all those 4 bases, and then I've seen in the real world, because as an administrator, I've worked in every facet, technology, healthcare, advertising, retail, so many, and I've seen that everybody's the same as a child, but they just grow up to be an adult and they have the same ways. So sometimes that doesn't work in the work field and we have to correct them as adults, just as a child. So getting it early is the best, like typing.
Yes.
Nobody knows how to type.
I agree with you. Get it early. Early is so important when they're young.
Yeah.
Tell me this. I mean, for those who may not know, STEM, what exactly is STEM education, STEM learning? Break that down for me.
So basically, STEM has been something for people to try to grow and understand for the past 3 years for their children. Like, I want to do STEM, this and that, without the proper direction. As a parent, we need to be educated first before we throw our children in anywhere. That's most important, and that's why I want to try to bring out to the parents.
And how has that been working out so far?
It's good. Every parent that I've introduced this for, they want more. And I've really been holding back. I introduced it to specific parents. We've done this before in Brooklyn and a couple of places in Queens. They want us more, but we want to try to perfect it and build it better within our interpersonnel. And then, which is soon, so
Yeah, I'm
August.
pretty sure you got that.
Yeah, now we recently, I can say within the last month, we've actually got everything together and working with esports. And you know, within their facilities, we're going to be bringing it out first, and then the community.
Sweet. And you know, I think the first time I met you, Roger, I think it was last year.
Yes.
You did some nutritional stuff. You know, you were rats and whatnot. Talk to me more about the nutritional aspect, because at the end of the day, food is really important. What you put in and on your body, it matters. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, the food part for the nonprofit came from when I was working with the Board of Ed, and I just seen how the food was. I'm not gonna say it's bad or good. It just wasn't particularly to my par. So when I told myself we're gonna put together a nonprofit with my son Levi, I'm like, listen, we gotta bring the food, because the food actually comes from me feeding my son.
Sweet.
So it's like, as parents, we don't have time. We go to fast food, we buy them McDonald's, we buy them this. Like, I feel as parents, we're lazy, and all it would take is like a little half hour. I'd put some beans together, I'd put some kale, I'd put something else together, you know, steam it up, even fry it with some coconut oil, whatever it is.
Sir.
You know, some peppers. I fry peppers with, you know, some curry. Just like that, it stimulated him. I'm like, I feel like my son's like every other kid. Why is he like this? You know, it can't be because of the genetics, so I practiced on with other children. They loved it. We have somebody who's working with Tamara. She was great. She's working with her businesses right now too, but she was working with us over the summer last year, preparing foods too. That was meats. You know, stuff like that. When the parents discovered it, they're like, wow, we can do differently. It doesn't have to be chips or juice or soda.
You're right. I agree. Sounds really good. Now, what I want you to touch on right now with me, Roger, is
talk to me.
It has to be the AR and VR stuff you guys are doing. Man. Come on, man. Now, that's exciting.
You know what? The AR, VR, and Web 3, if parents are out there, Web 3 will be the future. I'm going to say this. I'm going to look at every single parent that's looking at this camera. It will be the future, just like Web 1, when we were taking our AOL discs with the time, and we're trying to steal the time, and we're, putting it in our computers and, just to be on the internet more. Then when Web 2 came out, a lot of people didn't know when Web 2 came out. It just so happens that the internet was faster. And it was unfortunate that, us as parents understand. So Web3 is going to contain a lot of, I could say, augmented reality, virtual reality. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be everything that you can think of. And if we don't get on it now, we're going to be left behind like Web2.
And we don't want that.
So, but the VR and AR right now, I'm working with Levi, and he's really spearheading this right now with the augmented reality. He's putting display signs on virtual videos and stuff. He's building video games right now, I think on Unity. He's building a video game. I just seen him on a platform, so he's been going far and beyond, and almost to an adult level of it. So, but it takes time.
I need to speak with Levi about that.
Yeah.
His own video game.
But Levi, he's a regular child like every child, and like if anybody knows my son, he's regular. Like your child can do the same things. Your child could be seeming like they're smart or whatever. He says, I'm not smart. I just study. I apply myself.
Smart.
He's like he's trying to tell people, listen, just spend the time.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So yeah, you'll see it from him.
Any more future plans that we should know about that I haven't covered yet?
Yes. So like I said, for the parents or anybody within the groups that knows me or if I'm connected to, we will be having the classes within esports. It'll be once a week starting in August. Definitely stay tuned for the dates. And then right after that, we'll be doing the classes for the regular class, after summer for the school curriculum for regular classes and after school.
I gotta ask you, man, when you say classes for esports, what is that? You're teaching esports?
Yeah, well, you know what? They have these facilities available for us to use. So what it is, they have the computers and programs. We're going to have learning, but of course we're going to have fun.
Of course.
They have NBA 2K, they have FIFA, they have Halo, they have Apex, they have Minecraft. So these things, I'll have these games for the children or your child, your scholar to come and to enjoy as well. They'll be scrutinized a lot more with the education. So I'm not easy to go with education. I love that because I've learned in the real world, it's not easy. So I'm not gonna be easy on your scholars.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
No, nothing wrong.
Well, it was a good talk. It was really great sitting here learning more about My Little Tech and what you guys are up to.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Lots of ambition. Lots of forward thinking. I love that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me here today.
No problem, Drew.
I appreciate it, brother.
Welcome back from Jamaica.
Until next time, here on the wall, on the Lab Video Game TV, where our game is never over.